I wanted to make this a separate stream because it seems like we'll be talking to a lot of characters in Genshin. So I'm curious to see what's going on. I already did Lisa my last stream. Well, let's get started because there's a couple sent from Netherlands, perhaps due to certain renaissance of fragrance. You attracted a visiting perfumer from a faraway land. She wanders over to see what the drink stand has to offer. And that one is Emily. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Good afternoon, traveler.
Yep.
I didn't expect the honor of witnessing your harmonizing talents here in Mondstadt.
Here on vacation or here on business?
Both, actually. A lady calling herself a mage asked me to come manage her flower shop. At about the same time, the Cat's Tail commissioned me to create a new fragrance for their establishment. Ending today's busy schedule with a drink crafted by you in person is truly a wonderful reward.
And I'll make sure to pull out all the stops.
I have faith in your choice.
Emily's more sensitive to aromas than most people. If I create an unbalanced blend of scent, it might make her uncomfortable. In any case, I should use ingredients with complementary scents. And try to add a dash of spontaneous flavor too. Let's start with a Mondstadt take on Luminous Twilight. Alright, let's see what she wants. Tea, delicious juice, and mint. Okay, small pieces. Yeah. Gentle shake. A tall glass medium. Ooh, that looks nice. Mulberry it is.
Care to give this a try, Miss Emily?
Your artistry is truly a pleasure to watch. This tastes like a local variant of a Lumideuse Twilight. Am I right?
You spot on.
The gentle and elegant taste, with its distinct layers combined with a hint of Mondstadt's characteristic scent, offers quite a welcoming flavor, all the while avoiding potentially discordant aromas. Though in reality, there's no need for you to be so conservative. I have quite a high tolerance for flavors that stray outside the boundaries of conventional wisdom.
So this one probably a bit too traditional, huh? I guess you're looking for something more avant-garde.
Your drink was nice, but it would be perfect if you could make one with a little more depth. A cocktail that shows off your unique understanding and enhances my impression of Mondstadt. If you need time to mull things over, perhaps you might find inspiration in a little light conversation?
Okay, work progress. How's everything been with your perfume lately?
Oh, thank you for asking. It's been going well, though this trip to Mondstadt has presented some unexpected challenges. When I first got here, I was relying on a copy of An Overview of Aromatic Substances and the Human Senses to identify promising local ingredients from the Mondstadt region. To my surprise, my trial fragrance, which used valberry as the primary note, proved far too sweet in the context of a tavern, relaxing people so much that they ended up feeling drowsy. The bartender with the beautiful ears, for instance, fell asleep right at the bar.
I never knew Valberry could have that effect.
Let's just say that sweetness isn't always a case of the more the merrier. Maintaining an appropriate balance is beneficial for both body and mind. Even in daily life, I rarely eat sweet food, and I try to avoid fruits like berries that have a high sugar content. In the end, I completely eliminated valberry as an ingredient and turned instead to windwheel aster, with some success, I might add.
So in that case, she wants something that doesn't have Valberry in it. Bright and clear sky. The weather's nice today. So this is what it feels like to start a conversation with a classic icebreaker.
It really is. A while earlier, I watched a whole run of fair weather clouds float by, fluffy as pillows. It's not overly humid either, and the wind is gentle too. In such conditions, one's sense of smell is heightened, but not to an excessive degree. When scents are blended well, they naturally combine with the ambient context, leaving particularly powerful impressions.
I never realized scents were so affected by the weather.
It seems something similar is true for mixology. As long as you choose a base of appropriate strength, the various flavors will blend seamlessly together. When mixed properly, all the ingredients work as one to create a most wonderful symphony for your taste buds.
I see, so the combination of flavor is key. You prefer flavors that blend together harmoniously.
Yes, that's it. Now I think about it, layering distinct flavors doesn't really suit my personal preferences.
Nice. What do you usually drink?
Usually, after work, my friends from the Maison Gardiennage sometimes treat me to a few drinks. I usually stick to fruit tea. That way, I can get straight back to work after our gatherings. If it's before a holiday and my friends are in high spirits, I sometimes order a small glass of sparkling fruit wine. There was an officer named Terena who used to treat me to aged Corte wine. But since she was transferred to the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, we haven't had the chance.
Oh. So you don't drink alcohol sometimes? Oh, you do. Sorry. I was worried it might overstimulate your senses.
In the world of science, high-proof alcohol is a widely used solvent. I've grown well accustomed to the smell of it by now. Besides, when I'm slightly tipsy, my state of mind changes, which in turn alters my approach to perfumes. It doesn't matter if the result is good or bad, it's all about trying something new. So I don't mind drinks with just a little bit of alcohol, but I don't like anything too strong.
Cool. Now the bouquet on the table. Did you buy these flowers just now?
They're part of my reward from the flower shop owner. Important ingredients for making perfumes. Thanks to these, I was able to complete my commission for the cat's tail. I studied Mondstadt's Cecilia flowers many years ago. In fact, the fragrance of Cecilia in certain fields has become synonymous with Mondstadt itself. However, this is a special case. Some cats are quite averse to the scent of Cecilia, and we need to be particularly mindful of their preferences.
So, what did you use for your aroma this time? Which flower did you use instead?
Windwheel aster. The various parts of the windwheel aster plant can be ground into a powder to extract their essences. I then blended the scents from its petals and leaves. The result carries the intoxicating sweetness of mead, while still emphasizing the fresh notes contained within the flower's stems and leaves. I just took it for a little trial run at the cat's tail, and the cats seemed to really like it, while the clients themselves found it comforting and invigorating. Extracting exquisite fragrances from ordinary overlooked ingredients? Oh, that's what truly brings me joy.
Alright, let's look together. Okay. Emily creates a new fragrance using windmill aster, and apparently is quite successful. That one doesn't work. There we go. Add petals to the mix. Yeah, that's everything. To make her perfect drink, shake harder than lightly, use a base of fruit wine and tea, change to double wall glass small, garnish with something other than mulberry, and add petals to the mix. Think I know how to improve your drink. Please bear with me a second while I update the recipe.
Just from our brief chat, you've already formulated a new concoction. Perhaps you possess a natural talent for this kind of creative work.
Can't wait to see what it is. Tea, for wine, same juice, and chopped petals. Interesting. Put the greens into pieces of any size. Okay, let me just keep it the same. Okay. Shake hard or shake normal? Let's try shake hard. Okay, that's funny. Now a small glass. Double wall glass? Curious to see how it looks. Oh, that's kinda cool. Any garnish except mulberry. Okay, this one's good. The other ones don't make sense. Lumido's Twilight Special Blend. This novel cocktail was conducted especially for Emily. The perfumer of Fontaine told you that it says the sweetness makes people drowsy, and she prefers to enjoy just a light touch of sweetness. Really knocking a guest out at the bar isn't a bartender's main goal. On days of gentle winds and clear skies, heightened scents can amplify the flavor of the perfect, harmonious drink. Inspired by the art of fragrance, you develop this subtle, elegant masterpiece.
Here you go. A new and improved Emily-inspired Lumido's Twilight. I haven't come up with a name for it yet.
The colors are cooler and more refreshing, and the fragrance is delightfully subtle to match. Are these bright specks on the surface the crushed petals and leaves of windwheel asters?
Yes, you clearly know your stuff.
I'm sure it must taste wonderful. Let me try. In the language of flowers, the windwheel aster represents the visible winds. Your cocktail not only captures their form, but also the fragrance they carry. Therefore, I suggest you call this drink Windborne Bouquet. The winds and clouds of Mondstadt swirl together in the glass, leaving behind enchanting traces of fragrance.
A perfect name for my master of perfume. Elegant and full of style.
Really? Perhaps it's just a habit of my profession. I'm glad you like it. Now it's time to slowly savor this masterpiece. Thank you so much. This trip to Mondstadt has been so rewarding. This is the most memorable cocktail I've ever had. Once I get back to Fontaine, I will attempt to recreate this moment as both a fragrance and a perfume.
I'm honored.
Once I've perfected the recipes, I hope you'll do me the honor of being the first customer to experience these new products. Until then, I look forward to seeing you in the Court of Fontaine.
Hope to see you soon too. Because she works in corpses. It'll be cool to see her again. Sorry about that. Alright. Claymore and Musket. Drink stands to build to help knights relax after a long day of duty. And it just so happened that a certain captain has recently returned from a long posting at Dragonspine. Oh, a Varka drink. That's gonna be really cool. Oh.
So you're looking after the drink stand now. If I'd known sooner, I would have stopped by this morning.
I didn't think. I mean, you are a Claymore, so it makes sense. God damn it, that was Varka. Oh wells. Thanks for your support. Anytime you need a drink, I'm here to serve.
I've got to say, I'm getting curious. I've heard a lot about your mixology skills. I wonder what kinds of drinks you can mix with the ingredients Glenfiddich has prepared.
You've been working extra hard lately, haven't you?
I don't have much of a choice. It's just one thing after another right now. First off, the Knights of Favonius annual combat assessment is coming up. And this year, the standards are higher than ever. As the captain of the reconnaissance company, I have to lead by example. At the very least, I need to rank as one of the top 3 captains in the practical portion. So, I've been intensifying my training lately.
So that's your style, huh? My first time seeing this side of you as a captain.
Being a descendant of sinners means I have to work hard to maintain my position. I'll have you know I've never once neglected my duties. Anyway, on top of all that, my duel with Miss Clorand required a lot of focus and energy. Learning how to turn defense into attack and seize the initiative when facing a combined assault from sword and musket. Even now, I'm still chewing through the details. But in the end, the exchange went well, and both parties learned a great deal. Never mind writing reports from 6 different perspectives. I feel like there's enough worth mentioning to write 24 of the things.
Sound like you could do with a very stiff drink. Something to repellish your energy.
Oh, I sure could. Anything that'll perk me up would be welcome. I'll leave the details to you.
Given Eula her condition, it might be a good idea to mix her a Twilight Starlight. Twinkling Starlight, sorry. Alright. Fruit wine, fizzy water, and wolfbook. Okay, small pieces. Oh, small bit. Makes sense. She likes to fight. Of course. Medium gauntlet? That's okay.
One twinkling starlight for Captain Eula. Hope you like it.
Judging by your confident tone, I'm certain I will. Well then, I'll make sure to savor this thoroughly. Huh. Not bad. Sweet and tingly, with a delightful airiness. The fizzy water really brings it to life. I suddenly feel full of vim and vigor. But just one glass doesn't quite scratch the itch. How about something with a bit more bite?
Not strong enough for you?
Don't hold back. You don't need to worry about putting me on the floor with nothing but a couple of drinks.
Let's try it while on this side. Just making it stronger won't cut it. I need to rewrite the recipe from scratch.
Works for me. The first company hasn't assigned me any paperwork for tonight, so I'm free to catch up and try your new creations at my leisure.
Drink on the table. I'm just wondering that bottle you're carrying. Is it poured in fruit juice?
That's right. The merchant I got it from called it Romaritime flower fruit extract. It has a very unique smell. Here, have a bottle.
Have you been drinking a lot this lately? Why carry it around?
Oh, it's a necessary courtesy.
Oh, that is true.
In that book Miss Magistus lent me, The Blade Dancer, 20 years on, it says, after a duel, a Fontanian swordsman will politely invite their defeated opponents to a banquet. To properly play host to Miss Clorand, I searched for quite some time to locate a rare goods merchant in Dorman Port who sold this juice.
Sounds like something out of a story.
I had my doubts at first, too. But Amber said something that makes a lot of sense. She said that even if this custom doesn't really exist, following it still shows I've made an effort to understand Fontaine's cultural heritage. Besides, who doesn't like trying new things, right? When I gave it to her at our post-training banquet, Miss Clorand really did enjoy this juice.
Unusual juice. That's funny. A memorable experience. Distant Snow Mountain. It's been a while since we last saw each other. Have you been stationed near Dragonspine this whole time?
Yes, I have. For a while, the situation there was difficult. A gang of outlaw engineers was messing about with some sort of mechanism control technology, attempting to manipulate ruin graders so they could rob merchant caravans. To make matters worse, several veteran knights who had been stationed at Dorman Port were transferred to my squad, and they weren't happy to be taking orders from that Lawrence girl.
Alright, because her Lawrence family back then were very cruel to the people of Mondstadt.
Leading them on this mission was quite eventful. It took 3 weeks of stealth operations in the snow, with no fires to keep us warm, before we finally located the enemy's stronghold. Those veteran knights faced the bitter cold and were almost taken down by the enemy's smuggled battle mechs. Fortunately, the battle went our way, and they had no choice but to acknowledge my abilities.
I'm sorry you had to deal with that. Did you catch a cold?
Me? I'm completely fine. But thank you for your concern. It was mentally tiring for sure, but fortunately, the operation wore them down far more than it did me. They won't be questioning my authority again anytime soon. If any new recruits try to make my life difficult, I'll just have my veterans give them a few friendly pointers. I guess you could call them a permanent solution, huh?
That is true. Eating on duty. Do you usually eat when you're busy?
If you want to know what I've been eating recently, I'd better start by mentioning the logistics company's latest revolution. They launched a diet improvement initiative, and started distributing a form of standardized canned food to knights operating in the wilderness. In the past, we only had dry rations. Every mealtime, we had to set up pots and campfires, roll dice to choose a cook, and take turns standing guard. In all honesty, it was a bit of a hassle. Now we just need to bring our standard field rations, comprising of 5 cans and 9 paper packages. We can heat the cans by the campfire, and then we're ready to eat.
Sounds pretty convenient.
You did say sounds like, right? Our canned food supplier has quite the stellar reputation, and their regular meals are indeed quite good. The problem is, in order to meet preservation standards, they have to make their military-grade meals way too salty. The vice captain of the 5th Company, who has a somewhat dry sense of humor, went so far as to say, "This food's bad enough to bring down the wrath of Li Yue's stove god."
Aw, Gooba.
In any case, after eating it for a week, my taste buds have gone completely numb.
Oh, that's not good. Someone should hold to account.
You can hardly blame the logistics company. After all, it is hard to please everyone. Our feedback has already been submitted, and they should be working on fixing the issue. Of course, having fresh meals prepared in camp by a dedicated company chef is still the best option.
Yep. Replace Wolf Folk with Cola. Cocoa. Add one more Thai flower juice. Garnish with something other than star salt. That makes sense. Every region has its own signature flavor, and the sword technique of Mondstadt and Fontaine have their own distinct characters too. Sparing mindset. I think that's everything. Oh no, it's not. Interesting. Oh, this is quite unusual. Huh.
Oh my. To be honest, Miss Cloran's combat style comes from the mysterious Marechaussee hunters. In the library, there are some old Fontanian newspapers from hundreds of years ago that give some idea of how formidable an organization it was.
Oh no, this is a new entry. I feel dumb. How do you feel after your contest?
Oh my. To be honest, before we crossed swords, I was feeling eager, but also a little nervous. Miss Cloran's combat style comes from the mysterious Marechaussee hunters. In the library, there are some old Fontanian newspapers from hundreds of years ago that give some idea of how formidable an organization it was.
Hello, Lexi. Hope you're doing well.
A more recent newspaper claimed that Miss Cloran was an orphan from an underwater kingdom, and that before battle she would perform rituals inviting spirits to possess her sword.
Okay, that's not true. I've seen her story. That is funny though.
Certainly, from my own experiences, Miss Cloran's abilities more than match those descriptions.
Such a historic showdown deserves an extra special cocktail. Should we accommodate it with a sword-themed drink?
Incorporating elements of swordsmanship into a drink? Huh. Certainly a creative idea, I'll give you that. A commemorative cocktail at a time like this sounds nice, but how do you plan to express something like swordsmanship with a drink?
Hello again, Lexi. From what I've seen, Fontaine fighters armed with rapier excel at thrusting attacks. They put a high price on precision and sustained pressure.
That definitely matches the description I read in that book.
If I were to compare them to a drink, I'll say they're like coffee, bullet fruit ice wine, or Mondstadt fruit wine. They may not overwhelm your sense, but they refuse to fade away. In fact, the first drink you tried had a fruit wine base.
That's right. You really know your stuff. I doubt there's anyone else in all of Tevat who could come up with such a perfect metaphor.
Your swordsmanship is different, though. You're like a lead dancer with a claymore, guiding your blade through big, sweeping arcs. You only need one hit to unleash an avalanche of destruction. In other words, your style emphasizes forceful impact at the moment of contact.
There's no need to make it sound so fancy. It's just an aristocratic variant of Favonius blade work, with a bit of personal flair.
I think it's pretty neat. What games do you play? I play a lot of stuff. I'm not too picky. So you're like a strong spirit that hits the senses hard and then leaves a clean ice aftertaste without lingering flavor.
Firewater. In recent years, firewaters gained popularity the world over, following in the wake of prosperous Snezhnayan merchants. These days, almost every tavern has a signature drink that uses it as a base.
And we found the perfect solution together.
You really are good. Why don't we try replacing the fruit wine with firewater?
I've already been streaming about like a year. Let's see.
As for the alcohol content, that's not a problem. Plenty of the expedition team may have drunk themselves senseless with firewater. But me, I'm full of confidence.
That's adorable. Every nation finds style is different. I think that's everything. Yep. Start mixing her perfect drink. Alright, I think that's all I need. I know exactly how to prepare your next cocktail.
Brilliant! I'm looking forward to seeing how you do.
I play an instrument. Like to read, play games. Board games as well. They're my favorite. Alright. Firewater. Time flower juice. And cocoa. Oh, any size piece? I'll do large. I don't think it matters if it's small or big. Shake very hard. And medium or large gauntlet. Let's go with the master gauntlet. Since she's a master of the claymore. Any guard except Star Salt. Lemon juice doesn't work. I think small lamp grass would be good. Seafoam sword song. Below swordsmanship is like a whirling walk. She strikes with the force of an avalanche, yet her finishing floors are clean and elegant. This bold approach is reflected in her drink preference. To match her style, the drink you prepare combines ice pure firewater with her flower juice steeped in commemorative meaning and restorative cola to replenish her energy and banish fatigue, creating a true dance of flavor. That's a blend inspired by the Spindrift Knight Dancing Blade. Seafoam Sword Song feels like a perfect name.
Here's your all-new Seafoam Sword Song, mixed to meet your personal preferences.
Oh my, what beautiful colors! And you even added my Romaritime flower fruit extract.
She likes it.
The aroma is perfect, and I can smell the alcohol. but it doesn't stifle the fruity fragrance. Let's see how it tastes.
Can't wait to hear what you think. And Lexi, I'll turn down your offer.
Give me a moment to come up with the right words. I need to think carefully. I know it's unbecoming of a lady, and a proper connoisseur would savor their drinks slowly. But I'm sorry, this is just too good to be true. Can you mix me another?
Of course. Feel free to order as many as you like.
Oh, no, what was I going to say? I've completely lost my train of thought. Whatever. I feel fantastic. This cocktail. Oh, it's the best I've ever had.
I like her drunk, so.
I think I'm gonna head home and get some sleep.
You think you maybe had one too many?
Don't worry about me. This is the happiest tipsy I've been in years. I'm still far from being drunk. By the time I've written up those reports for my exchange with Miss Clarend, I'll have been on duty for 3 months straight. Jean, the acting grandmaster. Isn't it about time she gave me some time off? I won't be forgetting this injustice in a hurry. You mark my words.
Aww, she said her favorite catchphrase. That's funny. See you later, Lexi. Alright, let's see what the next one is. The sweet, sour, and smoky taste of steel. Sorry about that. Beyond the aroma of drinks themselves, you give off a distinct air of a sword-wielding traveler. One that draws in yet another unexpected guest. Huh, I don't know who this is. It'll be very interesting.
Suspicion confirmed.
Oh, it is Cloran. Interesting.
While patrolling the area, I was sure I'd sensed a familiar presence, so I came over to take a look. And sure enough, here you are.
Hello, Cloran. Please have a seat, honor customer.
If Miss Charlotte were to see you like this, I'm guessing she'd take 100 pictures and write up a report. Sword-wielding traveler's secret side hustle. Exclusive cocktails from Tevat's Explorer Extraordinaire.
Huh, that is true.
You'd make the front pages of every major newspaper. And there'd be crowds of Fontanian tourists flocking to your drink stand, causing gridlock on the streets of Mondstadt.
I think you've been a little bit dramatic. I think you're being a little bit dramatic.
Luckily for you, I turned down Miss Charlotte's request to accompany me here, so you're unlikely to be seeing any scenes like that. Let's quietly celebrate this moment of peace.
For now.
And on that note, I'd like a caramel glaze. That look on your face tells me you have a lot of questions you want to ask.
Let me mix your cocktail first. You can drink while we chat.
Calm and effortless. I'm shocked to learn you're a real pro at this sort of thing.
See, fine water. Oh, fire water. Caramel and cocoa. Did a really good job. Ah, so that's what it probably looks like. A master goblet, of course. Oh, I remember this one.
Your caramel blaze is ready. Try not to drink it all in one go.
Huh. It sure lives up to its name. The color reminds me of a raging fire, while that aroma really hits you head on. It's quite strong.
Would you like some water?
I'm all right. I just need a little time to get used to it. As I recall, the last time I drank alcohol was at a wine tasting event that Navia invited me to last year. I only had a small sip of Sassica wine, and it was nowhere near as strong as this concoction of yours.
So you basically don't drink at all. I mean, she mostly drinks tea, I think.
From a purely rational perspective, alcohol can cause dizziness and impair one's ability to work, so it's best avoided altogether. But when Miss Farina saw me off at the docks, she mentioned that Mondstadt is the land of wine and poetry. Since I'm here, I thought I should at least try the local specialties.
That's reasonable. It would be a shame not to. As long as you stay within your limit, I'm sure you'll be fine.
In fact, Captain Eula, whom I sparred with earlier, has quite the refined taste for fine wine. She even gifted me a bottle of Romaritime flower fruit extract, which is no longer produced in Fontaine, and can now only be found overseas. Out of the utmost respect for her skills, I feel compelled to deepen my knowledge of Mondstadt's wines.
I need to tweak the recipe a little to make sure you're completely satisfied.
I truly appreciate all the trouble you're going to.
Another Fontaine guest. Oh, by the way, Miss Emily was here too.
Huh? Does that mean she's already finished her commission? Well, she's certainly efficient. Once I return to Fontaine, perhaps I can let Sigewin know that I'd be happy to purchase her latest perfume.
Oh, sounds like you know her quite well.
I'm not sure I'd say that. On my way to Mondstadt, we happened to take the same boat. Naturally, we got to chatting. I've often heard Sigewin praise her work. After conversing with her on the journey over, I must say, she is indeed a rare and refined individual.
Refined? That's a way to put it.
She's gentle and composed, yet keeps others at a distance. Perhaps it's due to her profession. I find this approach ideal. It allows one to maintain a lasting sense of inner peace.
Sounds like you wanted me to arrange a get-together. Next time in Fontaine, why don't we all hang out together?
Oh, thank you, but there's really no need to set anything up. Our work rarely intersects, and our social circles hardly make for a Venn diagram, if you know what I mean. Best to just let things take their natural course.
Oh. Usual hobbies and anything? What do you usually drink?
When I'm working, I often drink coffee. But with meals, I prefer a lighter tasting drink, like Buell fruit juice. Since I eat a lot of meat, the slight acidity of the juice helps balance out the greasiness. Over time, I've grown accustomed to the sour taste. After the swordsmanship exchange, the Knights of Favonius rather kindly treated me to some traditional Mondstadt cuisine.
Oh, that's nice. Hello, Esley. I'll try to remember that.
I had 8 different meat dishes, and all of them were excellent. The portions were huge, and only the highest quality cuts were used. Everything was cooked to absolute perfection. Of course, there was still room for improvement. When catering to tourists, the sticky honey roast and pile 'em up might benefit from a slightly lighter sauce. I've certainly tried all the red meat dishes. I think I've had enough calories to sustain 3 days of vigorous work, so I've had to decline all subsequent dining invitations.
I didn't get to see what I read. Sounds like they treat you to a feast. Oh, that makes sense.
To be honest, I can still taste the grease. There must be a way to cleanse my palate.
That's funny. Have you seen much of Mondstadt yet?
I've seen a little. I took a stroll around the city the first day I got here. Navia's done some rather extensive research on this place. Many of the scenes and illustrations for the tabletop troupe were inspired by views of Mondstadt. However, the way she describes the atmosphere in her world building is quite different from the real Mondstadt. The deepest impression I've got since arriving here is one of swords and shields.
Why is that?
Perhaps because I've mostly just visited the blacksmith and the training grounds. Recently, the newer weapons and armor produced in Mondstadt have been created using a completely different heat treatment process from those in Fontaine, with a higher carbon content in the surface layer. While this has slightly reduced their overall toughness, their impact resistance has greatly improved. These newer weapons give off a smell like overbrewed coffee.
That's quite the comparison.
Perhaps it's because that scent gave me such a positive first impression. You see, Fontaine's signature metalwork is often coated with a protective agent that contains Marcotte. Over time, the faint fragrance becomes overly sweet. And for some reason, it makes my teeth feel funny. I don't imagine the scent of Mondstadt's swords and shields would cause the same level of irritation.
Well, definitely learned something new today.
Of course, there is a solution to this problem. The next time you find yourself in Fontaine, there's another protective agent I can recommend. One that's as neutral as water, without any excess fragrance. If you also dislike being bombarded with sweetness, this protective agent should suit you well.
Cool. Is that the gift from the knight?
Indeed it is. The knights codenamed Hazelnut 3 and Hazelnut 5 gave me this crest. I must say, it's exquisite.
That's cool.
They told me the design has only just been finalized. Apparently, it's only presented to important guests. They said they're making a badge for you, too, but it hasn't been finished yet.
Oh, that's very sweet. Oh, I said that I'll try to remember your name. Elsley. Hazelnut? Why have I never heard of these two? The Knights of Polonius really is a big organization.
You're not wrong. I guess it's similar to how I can't remember the name of every clerk in the Palais Mermonia.
That's true.
But I'm certain you'll get to know them in time. They're clearly seasoned veterans. Even though they work desk jobs, they still turn up in full armor. After handling my affairs, they headed to the tavern for a gathering, saying they wanted to continue last night's duel and determine who had the highest alcohol tolerance. Drinking barrels of beer the night before, yet being able to work with clear minds the next day. Whew.
That's just how Mondstadt is.
So what you're saying is, while Mondstadters may seem carefree, they actually have an admirable ability to know their limits when it comes to drinking.
Cool. Let's put the pieces together. Place cola with wolf books. Garnish with star salt instead. Change to a small cup. Lauren seems to admire Emily. They appear to have similar preference when it comes to drinks, and that's something to take into account. How should I accomplish this? Balance? Nope. How about nothing too sweet? Of course. Okay, there he goes. Light base. The main likes mild tea, and the last drink was also built around the light base. Should ask Chlorine if she likes it. Yeah, Emily's style. Emily likes to drink tea. How about you?
Are you already planning the details of our hypothetical get-together?
Yes?
Based on my previous experiences with alcohol, I guess my tolerance is similar to Emily's. Fruit liqueur is probably my limit.
Thank you.
So when the time comes, I think you'd be best off mixing similar drinks for the both of us.
Cool. Let's put together the clues. That's everything for her. And again, come up with a drink though, will be more to your liking. Please wait a moment.
All right, I'll make sure I'm mentally prepared. Even if it's still a bit strong, I'll do my best to finish it.
Now we got you, Chlorine. The fruit wine, Bill Cameron, and then Wolf Cook. Oh, cool. Let's do bits. Normal shake. Not right now, Esley. Oh, already got it. Cool. And star salt. Looks alright. Based on the caramel blaze, this novel cocktail was concocted especially for Chlorine. After visiting Mondstadt with repression shaped by the table trial troop, the lightning swift champion duelist is especially sensitive to metallic notes, showing a clear preference for flavor with a hint of salt. In her everyday choice, she also flavored drinks with a gentle tartness to cut through richness. For most bartenders, balancing these two demands would require extreme care, but after holding your craft at the Angel Shire and the flagship, you can precisely control every note in the cup. To help Chlorine get into a relaxed mood on her tour of Mondstadt, you wonder if calling this a lecture time lightning might be a good choice.
All right, this new creation is called Leisure Time Lightning. A cocktail made exclusively for champion duelists. Enjoy!
Have you added fruit wine? It tastes wonderful. This is ideal for me. There's a subtle saltiness that combines well with the tartness of the fruit and the sweetness of the caramel. Each sip balances delicately on the edge of perfection. The color of the wine also fits well with the name, and the lightning imagery contrasts with the fiery nature of the caramel glaze. But where does the leisure time part come in?
Don't you find Mondstadt to be a leisure place? Taking it easy what traveling is all about.
I see. That certainly matches the impression this cocktail gives me. Its unique aroma and taste will hold a special place in my memories of Mondstadt.
I'm glad you liked it. Your satisfaction is my motivation.
Do you think, if the chance were to present itself, you'd be interested in mixing drinks somewhere else? A cafe, for instance, or the Hotel de Boer.
Oh, why do you ask?
Mostly for Navia and Miss Farina's sake. Though obviously I'd be more than happy to try more of your masterpieces myself.
Of course, I'd love to let everyone have a taste. It's hard to say right now, but who knows what the future holds.
I understand. I won't try to strong-arm you. In any case, I truly appreciate your hospitality. Thanks to you, whether I'm summarizing the key lessons from my exchange with Miss Eula, or discussing strategy with the Knights of Favonius, I'll be in my best condition.
Oh, that's very sweet. Wonder how many more I got left. Huh, 2 more. Good weather, good mood. A bright red hat and curious eyes sneak out from behind the counter, hearing the buzz. Mondstadt's strongest fighter has dropped by to check out the drink stand. Oh, this probably is Klee, I think.
Huh? Is that Miss Honorary Knight? Yippee! It's you!
Wait, but I don't think I can give alcohol to you. Hey, it's Klee.
Auntie Eula told Klee that Miss Hertha had found someone amazing to help out. Seeing you here, Miss Honorary Knight, Klee knows this must be the best drink stand in all of Teyvat.
So kind of you to say, Klee. That's the ultimate goal.
You mean this stand isn't already the best? Well, out of all the drink stands Klee's ever visited, Miss Honorary Knight's is easily the best.
Oh, that's sweet.
And no matter what drinks Miss Honorary Knight makes, Klee will definitely think they're yummy.
This time, Klee, I need you to be a little tougher on me.
Oh, you want me to be mean? But Klee could never be mean to you. Let me think. I know! I'll pretend to be Albedo!
Okay.
Whenever Albedo reviews Timaeus' work, his face goes super serious. And Klee can hear every word he says.
Brilliant. And you can be my teacher. And you can be Master Alchemist Klee.
Get ready for Klee's super amazing order! These past few days, I've been having such a blast with Mom all day long! It's been so much fun! Even being sent to solitary confinement couldn't wipe the smile off my face. So, Klee wants to order a fair weather frolic. Anything like a bright sunny day will definitely put Klee in a super duper mood.
Understood, Master Alchemist Klee. I'll get right on it.
I wonder what it'll taste like.
Aw, this is too adorable. The caramel. I feel like this one already. Probably. Small bits for Klee. Shake normally. A tiny little glass for Klee. Guess we'll try lemon.
Your fair weather frolic is here. Go on, give it a try.
Wow! So, a fair weather frolic is this color? Purple sky. Is it supposed to be a bright, shiny night?
It's not the most fitting color. How about I make a few changes?
Cleo, take a sip first. Then you can think about it more carefully. Ah, finished. Yummy! Both sweet and sour. If Clee drank this while eating grilled fish, I could definitely gobble down 2, or 3, or 4, or even 5!
Aww.
But one drink isn't enough. Clee wants to try a drink that tastes like cake.
Oh, that's funny. Roger that. How about a cake in a cup? Any flavor Clee wants, she can have.
Clee doesn't know what drink to choose. Why don't we decide together, Miss Honorary Knight?
Alright. Speaking of food, I hope you're getting your 3 square meals a day.
3 square meals? Clee often eats 5 meals a day, sometimes even 7.
Seriously?
Adventuring takes a lot of energy, and if I eat too much at once, I can't run so well. So, it's better to eat lots of smaller meals. Albedo used to prepare all Clee's meals, and my lunchbox was always arranged so neatly, just like a pretty painting.
Sounds like Albedo, alright.
When Albedo's busy at Dragonspine, Clee goes to eat with the other Knights of Favonius. Kaya's camp is usually the neatest, while Amber sometimes camps in the trees. It's so much fun. Oh, and Auntie Hertha makes the best food. When my mom comes back, there'll be even more yummy food to eat. There's this one dish where she takes loads of different fish and makes them into little pudding cubes. It's called rainbow fish jelly.
You're making me hungry, Clee. Great food from a great adventurer.
Her Chocogo Crunchy Slices are fantastic too. It's her newest creation made with chocolate and cookies. They're a little bitter, but they're crunchy. They smell scrumptious, and they have a really sweet aftertaste. Whenever I eat them, I feel so full of energy. Next time, Clee will have to bring some for you to try.
Oh, thank you. Do you plan to eat anything else today?
Yeah, when Clee gets back home, I'm gonna eat some salted nuts while reading my book. Clee used to eat cake after dinner, but Master Jean said it's too sugary, and it's not good to eat sugary things before bed. Apparently, it makes you chubby and gives you toothaches. So, Mom got some advice from Auntie Barbie, and now she gives me nuts instead. She says they help my brain remember things better.
Oh, that's sweet.
Nuts don't have much flavor. It's like chewing on grass, but they're okay if you add a little salt.
Sounds like a great solution. Nutritious and healthy. Do you have any other plans for today?
Yeah, Mom gave me an amazing book recently. She said I have to read 1 chapter every night, learn something useful, and then go to bed early. That book taught Clee how to make something called propellant. Now Jumpy Jumpy can go Fwah! And bounce even higher.
Is that really something you should be learning?
It's not hard at all. In fact, it's a lot like making bombs. You just have to be careful when trimming it down. It's like sharpening a pencil that could suddenly go boom. Bedtime's an important part of Clee's schedule, too. Mom sits by my side and tells me all kinds of wonderful stories. She has a lamp made of gemstones, and when she turns it on, it goes kabling and lights up the ceiling.
Does the ceiling show scene from the story?
Yeah, when something happens in the story, the lights on the ceiling make pretty pictures.
Sometimes Mom falls asleep before the story ends, so Klee has to tuck her in instead. As soon as Klee learns how to use the lamp, I can come tell you stories, Miss Honorary Knight.
That sounds great. I'll be waiting.
Klee has memorized so many wonderful stories, enough to make everyone happy every day.
That candy you brought with you looks very special.
This stuff? Mom taught me how to make it using the alchemy bench. A dash of sugar, then a lot more sugar, then some flowers from Mom's friend in Fontaine, star honey from Auntie Barbie, and finally, some magical jam from Auntie Tavia.
Tavia? I don't remember that name. And Alice's friend in Mondstadt? I wonder who that is.
Put everything together on the alchemy table, wish for the shape you want, then recite Mom's incantation, and poof! Dodoko-shaped candy!
And that's quite the process. What an amazing treat.
Klee can give you some Dodoko candy too if you want. And if you really like them, I can even teach you my mom's incantation.
Ooh, that might not be a good idea.
That way, you could make your own candy whenever you want.
Thanks for sharing your amazing recipe, Chloe. I'll work really hard to learn how to do it.
If you get stuck, remember to come ask Klee. When it comes to magical candy, I'm an expert.
Aw, that's sweet. Replace tea with milk? Oh yeah, because she wants to drink something that tastes like cake. Oh, darn it. Oh well. Chocolate? There we go. It's certainly a lot less sweet without caramel, but the mouthfeel isn't quite there. Perhaps there's some other healthier option that can lead the drink into a little sweetness. Let's talk to Klee again. Healthy sugars. There must be some ingredient that are both healthy and sweet.
Oh yeah! Klee still wants to eat sweet things, like cake, for example. Maybe we could just go easy on the cream? Or add more fruit? Oh, right! That friend of Mom's who's always wearing glasses gave her a big bag of Fontainian Buell fruit. They're so round and rolly.
Oh, that's interesting. So Alice knows Emily. That's cool.
Klee ate a whole bunch of those, and they were super sweet. But Master Jean said it was okay, because sweet fruit isn't the same as sweet sugar. So if Klee really has to eat nuts, maybe I can just soak them in some fruit juice first?
I mean, maybe. Alright, so we need to garnish with Dodoko candy instead. Replace tea with milk. Replace caramel sauce with permanent juice. And replace wolf book with cocoa. Alright, I think I know how to improve that drink. Let me mix another one for you.
Yeah, that was quick. Klee's looking forward to finding out how tasty your next concoction is.
This is so weird. Alright. Milk. Juice. And cocoa. Let's do small piece. I wish we can serve a milk character soon. but probably not. Let's shake it gentle. The Klee is small. Because Klee is small. Any classic glass? Oh. Yeah, we'll just keep it normal. Doesn't have to be anything special. Aw, Dodo candy. Okay, that's adorable. The original Fairweather Frolic had a purple hue, but it wasn't quite cheerful enough. So let's add a touch of sunshine and a few fluffy clouds to capture the warm, happy feeling. Sweetness is a must, but staying healthy matters too. That's why the juice was carefully chosen with Master Jean's approval, with sweetness coming from Luau fruit. And most important of all, Dodo candy. This tasty magic has to be placed right at the center of the clouds.
Ta-da! It's done! I just know you're gonna love this new creation.
Wow! There's Dodoco candy on top! There's so much orange in this cup, and Dodoco looks like he's lying on top of white fluffy clouds. And the weather inside looks much better, too.
Would you like to taste it?
Yummy! It's so delicious!
Aww.
Klee has to drink slowly. I can't just gulp it down, or I'll miss all the yummy flavor. Miss Honorary Knight, this is amazing! It's like you mixed sunshine with juice!
Thank you, Klee.
Klee was so tired from playing, but now I feel refreshed. And warm. And peaceful. Ooh. You're the best, Miss Honorary Knight.
How about you choose a name for this drink, Klee? I'm sure you'll come up with something amazing.
Really? Let me think. When the weather's nice and Dodoco's happy, Dodoco will want to sing, right? And when Dodoco sings, Klee wants to sing too. So, let's call it Dodoco's Duet.
What a wonderful name.
Thank you! And thanks for making such a yummy drink for Klee. Klee's gonna go tell Mom that the best drink in Mondstadt right now is Dodoco's Duet.
I'm
Klee's
glad you
gonna
like
write
it.
down Mom's incantation and give you a copy, Miss Honorary Knight. Then you should learn magic too, so you can make all the candies you want. See you next time.
I don't know if that's still a good idea. Alright, we got one more to go. The Grandmaster Composite Challenge? Heavy footstep echoes from afar, even before the four-shoulder figure comes into view. You steal yourself behind the counter. The most seasoned drinker in Mondstadt has arrived to put your mixology skill to the test. Oh, is this D-Luke? Or is it Diona?
Ha. So Hertha's even roped our honorary knight into helping with this little venture.
Oh, I'm glad it's Varka.
Now that I'm finally free to relax, it's time to start doing just that.
I'm here as a willing employee this time.
Can't wait to see your skills in action. Give me something that goes well with casual conversation, but still packs a punch.
Are you sure those requirements don't clash?
Of course they don't clash. A drink that packs a punch means you have to drink it slowly. And if you want to chat, then it has to go down smooth. So, something with a sweet aftertaste. A conversational connoisseur requires the perfect balance. Of course they don't clash.
Just in case if the stream got laggy.
The most suitable choice on this menu would be the Thorny Lake. It's a drink with a real kick that you can find in almost every bar. It's not enough to know the recipe, though. The key is in the mixing. Some bartenders choose to stick to the tried and tested basics, while others like to add their own personal flair.
Alright, I'll give it my best shot.
That's the spirit. Now, show me what you've got.
I'm glad we got the Serve Marca. Hot water, fizzy water, and cocoa. Small bit. Of course. Shake it hard. Master Goblet, large. Guess star bits. Thorny Lake.
Grandmaster, I hereby present you with this thorny lake for your enjoyment and assessment.
Well, the color and aroma are certainly on point. But as for the balance of flavors, I'll just have to taste it and find out. Not bad. You haven't overdone or skipped on any single ingredient. Though, unfortunately, it's a little too, polite for my tastes.
Polite? How can a drink be polite? Is this some sort of riddle?
Perhaps I should have said modest. You followed the formula to a T, but if anything, you've played it a little too safe. Were you worried that deviating just a little might disappoint me?
That's exactly what happened. I didn't want to disappoint the expert.
Hey, we fought side by side and dealt with things that even gods were loath to meddle with. Ours is a friendship forged in the margins between life and death. That said, if you ask me, you can ditch the nerves and work your mixologist magic. I'm looking for something that shocks the senses.
Of course. Alright, I'll get the creative juice flowing.
Mull it over, there's no rush. We can chat while you think. Who knows? You might just find some inspiration to mix in with your magic.
Cool. Drinking in the garden feels different from a tavern, right? Given the environment, why not try something with a floral twist?
Ha! I like your style. Speaking of this garden, it brings back memories of something that happened many years ago. When I was young, I liked to find ruined guards to test my fighting skills, both armed and unarmed. Once, I failed to take down a stray missile, and it ended up destroying a watchtower on the city walls. As punishment, I had to run 50 laps around the city, repair the watchtower, and help rebuild the shattered walls in this garden.
Sounds like you caused quite the fuss. Hard to imagine you getting disciplined so severely.
Indeed. Among the misadventures of my youth, this is one of the most memorable ones. Mostly because that day, Crepus saw me covered in dirt.
Crepus?
He took 2 bottles of 100-year-old wine and sent D-Luke, who looked even younger than Mika does today, to work out a clever way to get rid of Faru, who was guarding me. It was so hot that day, I could swear I was about to pass out. On a whim, I picked some mint leaves, put them in one of the wine bottles, and the result turned out to be surprisingly tasty. After Crepus tried it too, he was full of praise. He even wrote up an official recipe for my spontaneous creation. His customers loved it. Several summers passed, and Crepus kept writing letters about giving me a share of the profits, as though I could possibly accept.
That must have been so long ago. Long before I came to Mondstadt.
Yes, good old Crepus. Faru retired years ago, but he still gives me a stern stare every time we meet. He's a stubborn one. Diluc, who replaced him, and then Kaya, who took over later, both performed impeccably. Changing times will always belong to the youth. He should have admitted defeat long ago. When I get the chance, I'll have Kaya show him the amazing progress the cavalry company has made.
Interesting. Besides being too polite, are there any other issue with my thorny lake?
Well, let me think. I guess you could say it lacks impact. Even when following the same recipe, the techniques used to mix different ingredients can affect the taste. Sometimes, deliberately creating layers between spirits can bring out the different waves as each one hits the taste buds in sequence. In this regard, too, you've taken quite a tentative approach. Why not be a little bolder?
I think I understand. I didn't pay enough attention to these details before.
Ha ha ha. You catch on quickly. No need to explain further.
Anyways, on the subject of this garden, it's become a popular venue for hosting events.
It's a treasured place that the Knights of Favonius have maintained for years. So it makes sense that it's become the go-to location for organizing such things. I heard that while the expedition was underway, you were a great help in giving those left behind the opportunity to put their energy to good use. Sometimes, I look through the photos I've been given from those events. Though unfortunately, there aren't enough to include everybody. My conclusion is that Mondstadt needs to do more to popularize the camera.
I wonder why. This massive tankard.
Pretty awesome, huh? It's like a hammerhead that you can fill with wine when you're not using it to pound in nails. It was a gift. Hoffman came up with the idea, Charles supplied the design, Wagner helped cast it, and about 10 or so knights chipped in to pay for the materials. They've been waiting to have a good drink with me, and this is my crucial weapon to aid me in a fair duel with them all.
Fair duel?
I'm the Grand Master, after all. I've been drinking a lot longer than them. I've practiced more assiduously, and I have a bit more, meat to absorb the blows. So it's only fair to my subordinates that I drink a teensy bit more per round. Wouldn't you agree?
That's a little more than just teensy. Like you may have got your handicap the wrong way around.
Of course, some of them have been training as long as I have, and those ones won't be getting any special treatment. Take Hazelnut 3 and Hazelnut 5, for example. Both were skilled warriors who helped me deal with Eric back in the day. Nowadays, I have them helping Jean with miscellaneous duties. At today's after-work cooldown, they insisted on trying to keep pace. In the end, they lost our game of darts and ended up passed out on the floor. I've already told Jean that I won't be approving their leave request for tomorrow, no matter what.
Cool. He misses so many festival and major events. I'm sure Varko still feels a bit of regret. If the Grandmaster hadn't gone away on expedition, he would have probably have organized many events himself. I wonder how they might have turned out then. I can't help but wonder, what would all the events he organized involve drinking wine? Would all the events he organized involve drinking wine? Maybe I should ask him. Who knows? He might spark some new inspiration. I wonder how these events might have turned out if you were here and not away on the expedition.
If I were in charge of organizing events? Well, I suppose everyone would revolve around fine wine, or at the very least, there would be some sort of tasting involved. For example, we could go all in on this drink stand and open it to the whole city, with every company of the Knights selecting one or more mixologists to compete against each other.
I should have guessed. Not exactly your style.
It's only a thought. Can't let things get too out of hand. If I were to actually throw a grand banquet, Jean would come after me with her sword drawn. Even Frederica would launch a punitive expedition. While in Nodcry, we had a rule that knights must never get drunk while at their posts. Otherwise, it could lead to dereliction of duty with serious consequences.
That sounds like a sensible rule. One shouldn't get in the way of important matter.
Exactly. As expedition members return to their companies, my hope is that this rule will gradually spread to everyone in Mondstadt too. Just like firewater and Smedina, these Nodcry delicacies have made their way into Mondstadt's households and become part of people's daily lives. Young people need to learn restraint.
I didn't know you had that side of you. A fabled seasoned drinker, self-control.
At the end of the day, no one should be biting off more than they can chew. Unless it's someone near my level, they shouldn't even be thinking about enjoying a light buzz when they've still got work to do. Most people would just end up a whole lot drunker than they'd like.
Okay.
You should come practice with me on weekends. Trust me, once I've drunk them under the table, they'll be swearing off wine for a whole week.
What is it people say? Don't believe in fables? Alright. So shake lightly instead. Switch to Varka's special tanker. That's funny. Replace Coca-Cola with mint. And replace fizzy water with Smetana. Good news is, I think I know what to make for you. Can I borrow your hammer, please?
Huh? Oh, feel free. Whatever you're about to do, I've got a feeling I've hit the jackpot.
You just want to drink Varka. Alright. Firewater. Smetana. And mint. Let's do large. Haven't done this one in a while. Alright, shake gently. Darn it. I know what happened. Give me 1 second. Try to remember how I did this before. Oh, here it is. And there we go. I hate when the audio deletes itself. Alright, Varka's special up. I'm glad the audio didn't delete during the conversation. Nah, it has to be this. That's so cool. Thorny Lake Special Blend. Having tasted countless fine drinks, the Grandmaster invites you to go all out and let your creative run free. So you launch an unconventional kind of offensive just for him. First impact comes from mint cool freshness and herbal notes, striking the palate on entry. Carefully preserved layer, then move on to the mass raw strength of the firewater at the core, delivering the decisive blow. Finally, Smetana brings up the rear, anchoring and finishing with precision and leaving no loose ends. Well, whatever this bold, multi-layer experience will satisfy the Grandmaster, only he can say.
Here you go, Grandmaster. A cocktail just for you. I guarantee you won't find this one too polite.
Such a spirited drink. How did you make this? What a burning scent of firewater. Oh, it's as if the very air were about to ignite. This is more like it. Perfection. It's clear that once you let go of your inhibitions, your talents really shine through. That first hint of mint is like a cooling feint that masks the firewater underneath. By the time the sweetness dissipates, the firewater is already slipped in behind your guard, ready to deliver a powerful strike of intense flavor. Oh, it's exactly the impact I was hoping for.
And that tops off with the hint of Smeta, so the aftertaste won't feel too light.
That's the most ingenious part. Firewater's greatest flaw is a lack of aftertaste, but the Smeta perfectly maintains the flavor at the peak of its intensity.
All this praise is making my cheeks red.
It's hard to imagine something this good was created by a mixologist who doesn't even drink firewater. I think it has the potential to become a firm favorite in Mondstadt and Nodcry.
The Knights of Oria's symbol is a wolf, while the Knights of Polonia's are as sturdy as iron. So how about calling this drink an Iron Wolf?
Iron Wolf. Oh, perfect. It's elegant, yet wild. Only you could come up with such a fitting name. Oh, I have an idea. Why don't we name our Knights of Favonius' drink stand after you? Let's call it the Honorary Knights Cocktail Shack. No time to waste. I'll go have a word with Glenfiddia right away.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Hey there, traveler! All wrapped up for the day?
Oh, I haven't seen you in a while, Paimon.
Paimon hears you did a great job holding down the fort while she was out delivering drinks with Glenfiddia.
I've been feeling inspired. I got some great ideas from chatting with everyone.
Whatever the reason, the Honorary Knight is clearly one of the most talented mixologists in Mondstadt. Considering how short a time she's been doing this, I believe that someday she has the potential to give the legendary bartender at the Cat's Tail a run for her money.
I fully support your decision, Grandmaster. The Honorary Knight has really put in the hard yards. The drink stand will remain open for a little while longer to provide a proper welcome to our returning expedition members. Then, once we locate suitable premises, we also plan to look at operating a permanent service.
Hooray! Everyone in the Knights of Favonius will get to drink all the delicious cocktails they like!
Nothing short of what I'd expect from a true disciple of Hertha. You've really considered this thoroughly, Glenfiddia.
Also, if I may, Honorary Knight, regarding the special cocktails you've developed, would you mind leaving the recipes with us? We'd like to add them to the official menu.
Of course. That way everyone can try them.
Paimon feels like there's something you still want to say. Let Paimon have a guess. Based on your personality, you probably want to introduce the origin of each different cocktail. That way, customers will know who inspired you to create these amazing drinks.
Ryan Nomura, you know me so well, Paimon.
No problem at all. If you need, I can even have someone draft the paperwork on your behalf to secure you the rights to these new recipes.
I hope when we recruit some new bartenders, they'll be able to learn from your incredible skills. Even if they can't quite match your work, if they could be 2/3 as good, that would still make them industry leaders.
Oh, that's very nice of him. That should be it. Oh, you get the drinks that you made. That's cool. Oops, sorry. And with that, that is it. Alright. Anyone who watched this stream, thank you. And anyone who watches the stream afterwards, thank you as well. I hope everyone's having a good Monday today. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. Waiting for all these logos to leave.